For each piece, I've marked on the lune, you know, the full circle, and I'm double-sided tape to a face plate. I've got centre support for the outside circle to turn it round, in other words, and I've also marked on the 2 centres that we need, so the outside turning obviously. Bit conical, got some to take off where the, see where the squares come in. I can use that as a gauge that I know that I haven't quite gone far enough. I've got a pair of calipers set to the right size as well. I'm just doing the obvious, looking at the horizon, and actually that's a little bit loose. Oh god, I might have gone too far. We'll see if it works out. Went a little bit further than I wanted to, possibly, but I'm on the line. I can still see remnants of the line. So, oh, the other thing is you can use one. It's perfect as a gauge, one of the ones you've turned before. Once you've done the first 2, you've always got an outside gauge, one of the pieces. So that looks like a tight joint to me, so I may not have gone too far, and I'll come back in a minute with the second piece. Right, so it's round. This is another, the one before. This is number 7. I've done 6 and 8 is round as well as 7. You start off by turning 2 rounds and end up by turning 2 lunes. So it's set on, centered using the tailstock to center on the second center, the one further out to the edge, so it's off center. And I put 2 beads of hot glue, only short beads of hot glue. I used the same double-sided tape as I did on the, I just restock it, and that seems to have done for all of them. So it's a bit like hollowing. I could see the tip of my, it would help. Leave a little distance to the edge. Okay, so I'm at the bottom. Just pull that centre out, and then I've got a sharp tipped skew. Make sure my tool rest is right out the way so I don't stab my elbows. And I'll just keep working that until I've got a parallel edge up the top, and you can tell that by this. Once this, you two things here. You get tear out at the back. We're not going to worry about that because we're going to turn that away, be on the outside of the bowl. But you want a nice crisp edge, so no pull cuts, only push cuts. So I'll turn that, leaving about 1mm on the bottom, and then come back. Well, I'm at the bottom, so I'm going to peel off what's left of that, get rid of that, and I'm almost at the line, but I'm going to start straightening up this edge by, you know, I've got more to take away from about 1/3 of the way into the back. I'm not straight, so I'll just straighten it up. Another look. That looks fairly straight, so I'll get a round piece. Now, or the back of a loon, either way. You've got 2 ways of gauging this, so I've got a gap, so there's still a bit more, and I can still see my line, so I know I've got a bit more to take off. Just take that off. Just creep up on it. A bit close. I might have made it crooked again. That's not too bad. Just keep, still a little bit more, just keep checking until you get a fit, and I'll come back after I've got a fit. As you get very close to your fit, just scrape out anything crap in there, double-sided tape that's been left on the bottom, and you know, it'll have a bit of wood stick to it. Get a nice clean joint like you do in a dovetail, cleaning the dovetail joint out in flat work. Get it nice and clean, because that'll interfere with the fit. It'll create angles that aren't there. And that's not looking too bad. So I've just got the one. I've got to do that again on this one, and then we'll come back with the whole thing. So there's the 8. I did pull a little edge off on number 2 when I remembered no pull cuts, so there might be a little repair to do at the end. I'll put all the sharp edges down and all the broken edges at the top, so the sharp edges are going to the inside, and let's see, let's find out if it's gonna work. If there's super small adjustments, I'll just do it with sandpaper. There we go. Oh, that's not central. Get that centered. So I'll give it a little, make sure all the edges are clean and everything fits together better. It's not quite perfect, but it's good. It would glue together, but I can see little gaps. There might be little remnants of hot glue or a lip on where I haven't quite gone down to the faceplate or whatever. So I'll clean up all the edges. There will be a little fill on that broken edge, so I'll keep some of the right mahogany sawdust or sapele sawdust. I'll glue that up, and tomorrow come back and turn it into a nice little Japanese style plate. Thanks for watching.